Tusayan Pueblo was occupied by native people about 800 years ago. Here, a group of about 20 people farmed, gathered piñon nuts, and lived in this small pueblo, which includes the remains of two circular kivas. Dendrochronology, or tree ring dating, provides accurate dates of its construction and occupation. Although there are now 6,000 identified native habitation sites in the park, Tusayan is one of only 3 developed and interpreted for park visitors. The others are Bright Angel Pueblo on the South Kaibab Trail at the Colorado River and Walhalla Glades on the North Rim near Cape Royal. Although Tusayan Pueblo is located 22 miles from the historic village, it's only 3 minutes off Desert View Drive, so it is accessible in minutes if you enter the park through the East Gate, or you drive out to see Lipin Point or Desert View Watchtower. After being mysteriously closed for a number of years, it's now open Thursday to Monday from 9 to 5. It's oddly closed Tuesday and Wednesday. The small museum, which contains some very interesting twig figures that are 2,000 to 4,000 years old, is similarly closed until further notice. But nonetheless, it remains an interesting place to visit. Tusayan Pueblo, also called Tusayan Ruins, should not be confused with the identically named village of Tusayan, which provides hotels and restaurants near the South Gate to Grand Canyon. Both have borrowed their names from the former Tusayan National Forest, which was later folded into Grand Canyon National Park and Kaibab Forest. Tusayan was the Spanish name for this district, although businesses and marketers now claim that it's actually a Hopi term for a plateau with little mesas. The Park Service says the name's source has been lost over time. The pueblo was excavated in 1930 under supervision of a professional archaeologist, and the museum was built at the same time using private funds. It was first called the Wayside Museum, but the pueblo has been called Tusayan since 1930, as reflected in a book by the archaeologist Emil Haury, who was later a professor at NAU. It's been years since I've visited Tusayan Pueblo, probably the most developed of the pueblo sites here at Grand Canyon. I first came here in 1970 and I was quite thrilled with it. In fact, when I first went to college, I started by being an anthropology major, and this probably had some influence. Now, I've seen a lot of Native American pueblos, and I've never seen rooms this size, so I've got to wonder if upon excavation they used a little creative thinking to create these rooms that look like cabin rooms, like a modern cabin room. The excavation was done here in 1930. They say that they did not alter the structure of the pueblo and left some of the rooms unexcavated, which was not traditional in 1930. But once again, I think there's been a little bit of interpretation in creating rooms this size. I've never seen rooms this size before. But it's an interesting place to visit. A little bit of a reminder that the Western explorers were not the first here. This was the home of many, many Native American people for generations before. So that's pretty much it for Tusayan Pueblo. About a quarter-mile paved trail, a nice interlude away from the rims of the canyon, and a reminder that the native peoples were here first. Tusayan Pueblo, worth a visit, 15 or 20 minutes, and you've seen most of it. If you're in the neighborhood, I think the Tusayan Pueblo is well worth a visit. Even with reading the interpretive signs, the short path takes about 20 minutes, and the experience provides context about the human history of Grand Canyon. And who knows, it might ignite a lifelong interest in young family members, as it did for me on my first visit more than 50 years ago. I hope you enjoy your visit to Grand Canyon, and thank you for watching.